Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube. It's your girl Honey, and today we're talking about the Taurus woman. Now I've done a few Taurus videos. Please check the bio description for any related videos down below, right? But today I want to talk about the Taurus woman, or strong Taurus energy, and I wanted to dive hella deep and express all corners of this type of woman. On my channel, I do not sweeten nothing. I say it exactly as it is, whether you want to hear it or not, because if you hear a bad trait, you might not realize that you have it, or maybe that you do, and someone had to tell you, so now you can change or better yourself. I don't like to I'm not an astrologer on YouTube who just tells you all of these wonderful, amazing things because I want the likes. No. I'm here to tell you exactly what it is. I'm an Aries. I'm direct. Okay. I'm also a realist. All right. Astrology is about understanding all corners of yourself, typical traits. I have my Mercury in Taurus, so you got to bear with me. My communication is very simple. Okay. Now, Taurus women, or Taurus energy. Taurus rules the planet Venus, which is all about love, relationships, partnerships. It's a wonderful place. Everyone loves Taurus, or Venus and Taurus people. They're very, very loyal people. Okay, if you've got no idea what I'm talking about, please research what a birth chart is. We all have birth charts. It's basically a mock-up of the universe at the exact time that you was born. It gives you an understanding into who you are as an individual. You might be a Taurus woman, but you find you have lots more Aries energy, or you might be someone who you're a lot more like Scorpio, like, who knows? But this is for Aries, strong Aries energy females, right? Taurus is a fixed sign. What does fixed mean? It basically means these women, or this energy, these Taurus people, they're not very good at negotiating. You know, they're very, very stubborn. Probably the most stubborn sign in the zodiac. You know, it's very hard to get these people's attention when you've done something wrong to them, because they will just cut you out and just continue with their life as if nothing had happened. Okay, so anyway, what's influenced this video today is I had an email this week from a Taurus female who was very unsure of what to do with her current love interest. I ain't gonna tell you guys her business. Yeah, but she had a lot to say about her current love interest, and listening to what she was saying, this woman I picked up an energy from her where she comes across as very intelligent, very mature and very grown up. I think she's probably around my age group as well, but you know, I can see that she's very, very grown. And I feel Taurus energy with the women, I find them to be really mature women, you know, really grown, and they always seem to know what they want. These women don't fucking play. They know what they want. It's mad. Like, I'm thinking about Taurus women now, right? And whenever I go onto Instagram and I'm on my explore page and I see a woman there, and I look at her pictures and I'm like, she's Taurus, man. It's so obvious she's Taurus. I find it's so easy to see whether someone is a Taurus woman or not, because these women, they like to portray, and they tend to actually live lavish lifestyles. Their Instagrams are filled with holiday pictures in their bikini, posed up, you know, boobs out, you know, hair done, makeup on fleek, eyebrows on fleek. The background, you know, is in a lovely restaurant, STK, whatever. You know, they like to show everyone, this is how I live, so you guys can hate all you want. And there's nothing wrong with that, you know. The thing is with Taurus women, they seek security in their assets, in their materialistic things. So they can be seen as very materialistic type of people, and that's okay. It works for some people. I don't see why not, you know. And that's the reason why it's easy for me to tell whether someone is a Taurus, because how they portray themselves is, I have this, I have that, this is what I have, right? Also, the Taurus is the second house ruler on a birth chart. A second house represents assets, finances, you know, so they're all about that, security, you know, and that's why they seek security naturally in their things. It might even be a Taurus that might hoard things. They might seek security in collectible items. It could be any form of materialistic things. It doesn't have to be like completely lavish living. That's just what I tend to see. But Taurus can be very hoarderish as well. These women are amazing cooks. Why? Because they love food. These are the women that get hungry. Hangry. H-A-N-G-R-Y. H-R-A-N-G-R. Hangry. These are those women, all right? And they get hangry because, you know, they're all about eating. They love to eat food. I don't see why not. And they tend to spend a lot of time in their home. They make their home very comfortable for how they want it. When they get into the front door, the first thing they do, take off their clothes, you know, get comfortable, get into their house attire, their pajamas, you know, their underwear, whatever they feel comfortable in, that's what they're going to be getting into, all right? So they spend a lot of time at home because they like being at home. They're homely people. These are women that if you're in a relationship with her, like, you can't be someone who has a job which requires you to move all around the world, constantly moving, because these women want to build a home and they love the stability of having a lovely home. Now, they may live in a small home, but they will make it lavish inside, all right? They're obviously going to want to have a bigger home because they look at bigger, better things as being a form of security, you know? So yeah, these women, they don't like to be moving up and down, but they spend a lot of time at home because they like being in their own environment to do whatever the fuck they want to do. Most times it is cooking. You know, I don't mind going to a Taurus person's house to eat because I know I'm going to be eating right. You feel me? So these women, it's mad. Like, I don't like to argue with these women because a lot of times it's weird. Like, there are Taurus women who are super quiet, and then there's some that are super loud, like hush up, okay? A lot of Taurus women I've met talk so much, but you've got to look at where their Mercury is. And I've met a lot of people like Sagittarius, Aries, Libras that have Taurus moons. And I find when you have a Taurus moon, it kind of makes you a little bit more quiet than your typical sun sign would usually be, right? And if you're a Taurus sun with Mercury in Taurus, Mercury is the planet of communication and how you take in information, right? So if that's also in Taurus, you're going to be a bit more of the quiet type. Now, when your Mercury is in Aries, and when your Mercury is in Gemini, right, you're going to be a lot more outgoing, you're going to be a lot more loud, you know, and you're going to talk a lot more. And I find I've met a lot more of these Taurus women that have Mercury in either Gemini or Aries, and they talk a lot. So you got to also understand that Taurus energy is quiet, but it can be completely distorted if you mix it with the Aries or the Gemini Mercury. Now, these women and their temper, like I said, I don't like to mess with them when it comes to their temper, because Taurus is calm, they're relaxed, you know. Are you hungry? Let me get you a cake. Let me do this for you. But listen, when you fuck with them, nah, they will not have it. They go mad and they will size you up like a man, because let's not forget, they are the bull of the zodiac, the aggressive bull, the big, do you know what I'm saying? They will, what bruv, what? Like, they will size you the fuck up like that. and you've also got to check what her Mars would be in as well, because if she's got an aggressive Mars like Saggy, Aries, maybe even Virgo, this can definitely have an impact into how she reacts to things, and it can make her a whole lot more aggressive, right? Now, these women, when you're dating these women, they absolutely, and I've had this comment left on my channel before as well. These women absolutely love the fact that they have been brought around their spouse's parents, because they are so family orientated. They're all about their family, because I do look at Taurus women to be very loyal. Someone having Venus in Taurus is probably the most loyal placement to have when it comes to being in relationships. But Taurus energy, they love being around family. They're all about friends, family. And, if a man brings her around the family, she's going to be feeling like, oh my God, like he brought me here. Taurus woman will be that woman that wants to have a good relationship with her partner's parents. She wants to be around them. She wants to learn new recipes, she wants to be cooking. And, they do make really good partners. Now, I also find that when it comes to these women, they're so protective. Like, if someone does something to their family member, and I find the women to have a lot of similarities, obviously, to the men, obviously, but some signs I find them to be completely different from the men to the women. Like, I find Aries to be very different from the men to the women. So anyway, the Taurus woman, right? She's ridiculously protective over her family members. Very similar to Cancer. Maybe even if there's a Mars in Cancer, not particularly the best placement for Mars, but she might have a Mars in Cancer, and she might be someone. If someone's done something to her brother, her sister, her mama, anybody, that Taurus girl is out of it. She's gone. She's lost it. They're very protective, and that is the energy I love about Taurus, because I love feeling, protected. I love that. These women are very, very committed in relationships, because they're ruled by they rule the planet Venus, which is all about relationships. These are the women to have if you want to make sure that someone is faithful to you. I'm not saying all Taurus women are the same, but I'm just saying, the complementary opposite to Taurus is Scorpio, okay? And what complementary opposite basically is Taurus rules the second house on the birth chart, and Scorpio rules the 8th house. Okay, 8th house is all about intensity, sex, the rebirth, death, whereas even spirituality, like deep meaningful things, that's the 8th house, which is ruled by Scorpio. And the second house is ruled by Taurus, but it's all about security, your assets, your finances. It's basically things above the surface, and Scorpio's things below the surface. As you can see, they're complete opposites. However, there is a attraction between the two, because you're going to need to learn things from each other. And what Scorpio learns from Taurus is that they need to, not everything is so deep and emotional. Chill out, have some fun, buy some shoes. So I'm saying, chill out. That's Taurus. And obviously Taurus will learn from Scorpio, stop seeking security in everything that you have. Like, value the people around you a lot more, dive deep into spirituality, they can learn a lot from each other. Taurus women also obviously complement well with Virgo men, Capricorn men. They tend to go really well together. I actually quite prefer Taurus and Virgo better than Taurus and Capricorn, but everyone's experience obviously is very, very different. Now, these women, are they likely to cheat in relationships? Now, it depends on the individual, right? But Taurus energy definitely is about quality over quantity. They don't want to have multiple guys here or there, but they want to have a real good guy. But I do know that a lot of these women, you know, you've got Black China, for example. She's a Taurus, she's a Pisces moon, Taurus sun, and you know, she is about her money. She's about being financially stable, financially comfortable, and she goes from guy to guy to guy, but she does want to be financially comfortable. And these women can be notorious for being for being gold diggers. Sorry, my mind just went blank for a second. They can be notorious for being gold diggers, but that's because, very similar to Libra, you know, they want to live a type of lifestyle, okay? And if a guy is going to be providing her with financial assets, who's she to say no? She wants to be comfortable. She wants to live in a comfortable lifestyle. I don't see what the problem is, all right? Now, but at the same time, these women can be very, very traditional, you know? They're very, I'm going to be the wife, you know? What else? I need to stop the video. Now, sex with these women is going to be very sensual, very slow, you know, slow grinding. They're going to want to take their time through sex, and that's cool for some people. Some people like it, but obviously everyone likes that. Everyone likes a little bit of aggression, you know, during sex. So I don't see why not. But these women, they also like to try new things in the bedroom, you know. They don't like to be a complete snob to it all. Do you know what I'm saying? So they do definitely have a wild side to them. Taurus women are notorious for holding grudges. Like I said, they're ridiculously stubborn, okay? So when you have hurt someone, or you know, you're playing games with a Taurus woman, she's not going to forget that, and she's definitely going to kick the fuck back, because she ain't going to chase you. She doesn't see why she should have to. She's the woman here, you know. She knows what she wants to do. She's very determined and certain about herself. She does not have to chase you, and she will just keep it pushing. These women are very stubborn, and there's no point in you playing games with her, because she won't play with you. She's grown, and she will just walk away, keep it moving. Bye, toodles. That's a Taurus woman for you. When they're picking their partners, they're going to be very slow moving when deciding whether someone is the right person for them or not. You know, they are very, very patient people, and I completely respect that, because I am impulsive, I'm impatient, I ain't got time, okay? And with these people, they need to take their time to make their choice whether they feel you are going to bring value to their life or not. But understand, when she's making this choice, she needs to make the right decision, so it's going to take time. I admire them a lot for their patience, because a lot of people are very impatient, and it's always to benefit them in the long run anyway, because you got to put yourself first, right? Taurus women have a wonderful, gentle energy about them, very hospitable, and they're crazy practical people, and they always go by logic. That's why I always look at Taurus women as being grown, because they always seem to know themselves and what they want, and they're always so certain about what they feel they deserve in relationships, and there ain't nothing wrong with that, you know. Like a Pisces woman might negotiate in what she wants in relationships, whereas a Taurus woman will say, nah, my man's got to earn, you know, 75 grand a year. He's got to drive a particular car. He's got to be well educated. You know, he's got to have traveled here and there. And most of the time, these women do meet guys like that because they affiliate themselves in those circles, or they speak it into existence so much, it does come to them. And I admire the shit out of that, because that's an amazing, you know, an amazing quality. Now, that is my video on the Taurus woman. I'm going to say Pisces. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. Any other requests for any other videos, please let me know. You guys are killing me with these requests, boy. Like, I'm gonna get them out as soon as I can. Just bear with me. So I want to wish you guys a wonderful day, and I'm sending positive vibes. See you later.